I think we should start with the draw.
I don't think I'll be able to sing without a jaw.
We could let's
could
record
still
all your
hum.
stuff. Yeah, let's record all your stuff. Then we'll amputate.
So all the new songs will have no
Gotta record them
harmonies.
all. Yeah, yeah. Just record the harmonies before we write the songs, and
Okay.
then what we'll do is we'll just
That's
do
what we'll
random
do.
notes and words.
That's what we'll do.
Notes and words. Put everything in
I
there.
feel like my mic is low again.
Your headphones. If we go any further, you're gonna peak. Like that's what we were happening last time. We just kept going. We couldn't use any of those songs, so we can't do that. So all I can do is turn your headphones up.
Then everybody else is loud as sugar.
I would
Hey
say
guys.
I would say we figure that out when we're not live.
Eh.
Yeah, you know.
All right. For now, let's just get all this crap off the table.
But I'm gonna go. If you got bit in the jaw with a mosquito bite, we're gonna need. Yeah, it's got to go. We're gonna have to. We're gonna cut that out.
I'm also gonna kill that mosquito.
I mean, it's 2020, so we can get you a bionic jaw made of adamantium.
Dude, what kind of harmonies can I sing with a bionic jaw?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I have no idea, but
Great.
I'm excited to find out. I have no idea, but I think it would be interesting to see because then the mosquito bite spreads and then the whole head's got to go, and then you look like Destro from GI Joe.
Let's go ahead and take care of that.
Yeah, I mean, well, let's do the show first, and then we'll do the amputation.
Hello, hello.
Show first, amputation.
Welcome.
Show first, amputation
Welcome,
second.
everybody.
Oh, all right. Are we good? We're good. Table's clear.
Yeah, table's
Looking
clear,
good. Got
man.
that out. That
We're
out.
looking
That out.
good.
Oh man, Jen Hogan cannot see this. Okay, let me move this out of the way.
I have
Showing to be
coffee
so
for
mad.
this show.
Yeah. Are you ready?
It's left over.
Let's coffee up, baby. Oh, what's up, everybody? Good to
Hi,
see you. Good to
guys.
see you. And welcome to what's today? Today Monday. Today's Monday.
It's the wrap up.
It's the wrap up, everybody. Hope you guys are having a really good day. Stay out of trouble. Looking at all the things, letting us know how everything looks and sounds. We hope it's nice and crisp, or as Kyle
You're only
Nunez
in
would
trouble if
say.
you get caught.
Yeah, I'm in trouble. Or as Kyle Nunez would say, quisp with a W. Oh, it's so cute. So thank you guys for joining us, man. My name is Billy Floyd, and that is
The Commodore.
That's right. We are the KitchenKillaz from Orlando, Florida, touring acoustic duo, crashing kitchens around the country. We do it every Friday, and we do it
For free.
for free. And we're here with your
For
Monday wrap up. What up, Terry McIver? Good to see you. Jen Hogan, Matthew Pfeiffer in the house, Shelley Wheeler, Lyn Floyd. Where there's a Lyn Floyd, there's a Harris Floyd. Where there's a Harris Floyd, there's the godmother herself, Nellie Gosnell. I got to talk to Nellie a little earlier today. She's doing very well.
Awesome.
She's doing very well. She's excited. She's been in Florida for 7 months.
She's still keeping you in line?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
From-
I don't diverge from the line because I don't want her to have to put me back in line. So
Especially
I just
now that she's in Florida.
yeah, I just stay on the line. I stay on the line. I don't even mess with it. But I hope you guys are having a really good day. Thank you for joining us for this wrap up every Monday at 7:05. We go live, baby, and we bring you a wrap up of the craziness and the insanity and the events, the people that we've spoken to, the music that we've played over the last 6 to 7 days. We give you a little bit of hey, how you doing? We say thank you to all the people that we already thanked because we're super thankful we had the opportunity to thank them, and we thank them one more time because we had the opportunity to thank them again. So we do. And last week was really cool, man. We had some fantastic people last week. We had a super solid week, dude. It was really good. We had a fantastic show on Friday. Thank you guys for joining us on that. Last Monday, we had the first wrap up that we've had without a guest, which is not tonight. Tonight we have a guest. Oh yeah, we will get to this incredible person in a very very short period of time.
In the green room, eating all the green M&Ms.
Eating whatever she
Blue.
wants to eat because
It's blue tonight.
nobody's going to stop her from doing it
She
anyway.
likes blue.
That's right, and she's very very dangerous. I don't know what she's eating there, but it looks pretty tasty. I mean, Anyway, so last Monday we brought you guys a wrap up 6 to 7 days. But what we had done, we played a little Amber after that from 311. We chatted about that being the very first cover that we covered when we played our very first remote kitchen, which was the Commodore's sister. And where was that? Port St. Lucie? Is that where
St.
that was?
Lucie was
What a
that
beautiful.
one.
That was a beautiful kitchen, man.
That was in a brand new house.
Yeah, it was a brand new house, and Erin loved that house. I was bummed when she had to move out of that house, but like, oh man, it was such a bummer.
However, she's a lot closer to Orlando now, so I can drive there in like 20 minutes.
That's what I'm talking about instead of 3 hours or whatever it was to Port St. Lucie. So we thank you guys for joining us for the wrap up last Monday. Good times, man. We had a great show. We had really good views, good comments, good people, just good family, and we rocked a little 311 for you, which was kind of a throwback because it had been a while since we had played that one, and it always brings me back to our very first show that we were just skating around in that kitchen.
She was very bold and daring to let us do that.
Yeah,
for the
absolutely.
Very first
She was like,
time.
"Yeah, let's do it."
Like many others, she had no idea what to expect.
Yeah.
Neither did we.
Yeah, we had no idea what we were doing. We saw the Fender amp with the matchbook and the pop socket and all, and the LED lights clip to the side. It was crazy. We
I
had
wonder
no
if
idea what was
do we
going
have a
on.
picture of that?
I'm pretty sure we do.
We need to
Absolutely.
we need to
I
show.
can almost guarantee that I have taken a picture of that initial setup because of how resourceful it was and how many different types of things that we had to use to get what we were trying to achieve.
I bet you took a picture of a vanity on the side of the road just because it was a
Also true.
vanity on the
Also
side of the
true. That
road.
actually worked out for the lawsuit. It's working out really good. So thank you guys
Amazing.
for joining us for the wrap up. Last Tuesday we put up a poll
Hi,
of
Lisa
five
Baker.
songs. What up, Lisa Baker? Good to see you. We put up a poll of 5 songs. We had "The Scientist" by Coldplay. We had "Crazy" by Seal. "Perfect Places" by KitchenKillaz. "Where Are You Going" by the Dave Matthews Band, and "Elemental" by KitchenKillaz. Had some great votes last weekend. Thank you so much, guys, for the votes. And it's free. It's free to click, even if you're not able to tune in for the show itself. To get some clicks in there, to hit the buttons, it really, really helps us understand the popularity of each song, so we can play the songs that people want to hear. And that's how we generate our algorithm. That's how we generate all that stuff. What up, Brett? Good to see you. Alfred Pennyworth joining us for the show. Good to see you, my dude. Great to see you, and thank you for joining us on Friday, which we will also get to. So yeah, we had a really good poll show last Wednesday. Not only did we have great votes for the songs, we wound up playing "Elemental," which came in second place, and then we played "Perfect Places," which came in first place. We did a little flip the pick, and by request, we played "In Front of You," which is one of the newer KitchenKillaz songs. So thank you guys very much for that. And we also had Trent Hogg, a certified bucket list coach, join us for last Wednesday's show, which was fantastic. The comments and the questions that we got from the audience was incredible.
That was a good convo.
Yeah, they were incredible, man. And Trent is an absolutely outstanding individual. We're so lucky to have him be able to join us. He's in Tampa. He was excited to come over with everything going on. We still thought it was best to do it as a remote session, which was really, really great, man. It was great to sit down with Trent and talk to him about what a bucket list coach is and how his process of helping people engage to write and put together their own bucket list, how that he's able to help them, and he's able to give them some ideas that maybe they didn't even think of yet. And I think he said you get a list of like 50 things that you could potentially do, and people are like, wow, I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think of that.
I think I found something that should probably be on my bucket list that I
Sure.
don't ever want to do, and
What's that?
that's skydiving.
Oh yeah. Oh
I
man.
don't ever want to do it. Hey, Dennis.
I'll take it off of your bucket list and put it back on my bucket list. I want to skydive again. Is on my bucket list.
Oh, I looked up those
do it
helicopter
twice.
tours too.
Oh yeah. How much are they?
Remember I said it was $35
Yeah, 30, 35
for a
bucks.
5-minute tour.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in a helicopter before?
No.
I imagine that 5 minutes is going to be pretty cool. What up, Norrie Baird? Great to see you. Just woke the neighborhood. His Bluetooth was switched off, and you guys were blasting. All good now. Oh man, turn it back on. We'll be like, "What's up?
What's up, neighborhood?
What's up, neighborhood? We the
Wake
KitchenKillaz.
up!
Check out my man Sam. What up? That's right, baby. You're sitting next to a rock star. Yeah. Oh yeah, baby. So we had a really great time last Wednesday. Last hump day was super cool, man. We had a great time playing some tunes. We had a really great guest, Trent. We love Trent. Trent and I have been friends for a really long time. And Trent seems to always be one of those guys that every time we hang out with him, we have a good time. You know, and it's never.
He's a positive dude.
Yeah, he's a positive dude. He's down to earth. He's very realistic. He's not like unnecessarily optimistic or unrealistic. He's like genuine.
Yeah.
You know, Trent's always been, as far as I've ever known, as long as I've ever known him, he's always been extremely genuine, very forward, and very like optimistic. Where he says, "Okay, this is the problem. You have a problem. Let's admit it. This is how we're going to fix it. Done." And I love it. I love that because a lot of people don't even want to admit they have a problem. And some people admit they have a problem, but they're so disheartened by the problem, they don't try to figure out the solution because they're so busy being busy thinking about the problem.
Or the solution is so daunting that they don't even want to take the first step.
Yeah, they don't even want to take the first step. And sometimes that's all it really takes to move it forward, man, is just taking that first step. So it's great to see everybody tonight. Thank you guys for joining us last Wednesday. Again, Trent was our guest, Trent Hogg, bucket list life coach. I add the life coach in because I think it's a big part of it.
Yeah.
You know, and I liked how he said he gave you at the top of your list you had 80 blocks, and you're supposed to fill out each block that you've been alive, so you can get a good idea of how long you've been alive and how much time you have left. So there's a sense of urgency behind it.
And there's two ways to look at that.
Yeah.
You know, one way is, you know, oh my goodness, I only have this much left, or like, oh my goodness, I'm not even halfway done.
Yeah, exactly. Not
and
even.
I've already look at all I've already done, all the mistakes I've made, and all the mistakes that I've learned from, and how much I've grown in this short amount of time, and I have this much time left. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, exactly. Let's rock and roll. Time to kick the tires and light the fires, baby. So last Thursday was prep for last Friday's show. Last Friday was a really special show. Last Friday we got to spend the evening with our good friend Dina Pomacher from Hanging with Web Show. Normally we would have been crashing her kitchen for the third year in a row to celebrate her birthday, which actually happened on the 4th of July. But last Friday we were able to celebrate that in fashion, which was a lot of fun. We had the fantastic Josh Mullis in the house, and we did a Commodore recipe, which was
Mm-hmm.
absolutely incredible. The angel hair pasta, the mushrooms, the chicken with the
Garlic.
parmesan, the garlic. Oh, it was absolutely incredible, man. It was so good last Friday. We had a great time, and we had a bunch of guests join us to wish Dina a happy birthday, which was really great. We had Alfred, our good friend Brett. Alfred Pennyworth is in here right now, and Brett created a really cool drawing of the Smurfs village for Dina because Dina
Dude.
apparently loves the Smurfs, and Brett killed it,
It
man.
was a
It
great
looked
drawing.
incredible. It looked exactly like one of the cells from the cartoon itself.
He
Uh,
actually had me convinced that he was one of the sketch people that
like
drew the
one of the
Smurfs.
original
Like
artists
here's
that
here's
did
an
it.
original sketch from one of the scenes. I'm like, did you steal that?
Yeah, it was really
Nope.
great, man. And he based this off of a picture that he saw online. So he knew Dina loved the Smurfs. He went online, he checked it out, he found a picture that spoke what it needed to speak, and then he created his own picture. And it was fan freaking tastic. So a huge shout out to Brett for joining us, man. He's in here as Alfred Pennyworth. Alfred Pennyworth, great to see you, my man. Thank you so much for joining us on Friday. We had such a good time speaking with you. Thank you for breaking off some time to celebrate Dina's birthday with us. We also had Shelly Wheeler joined us all the way from California.
Oh, it was so good to see
It was
Shelly.
really great to see Shelly. It was beautiful over there. It was like 7 o'clock at the time because it was a long show, and like Shelly's outside, and it's like that kind of sunset time in
Mm-hmm.
California, which was just super beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It was so good to see Shelly. We miss her. We're excited for her to make it back to Florida. Hopefully, she's going to be back here soon. So it was such a good time to see Shelly and to see Brett last Friday. We also had Amelia join us. Amelia Poole from Harlequin Arts Cosplay and Crafts, all the things, and she just keeps adding stuff on. She's incredibly creative. Like,
She's creating something right now
yeah, she
in the
she's
green room.
yeah, she's always creating something. Like, she's gonna have to just keep adding to her name, and Facebook's gonna be like, listen, you can't have all these words in your name.
She's
Like,
gonna pass up GW on the titles here
yeah, oh
soon.
yeah, she's getting GW. She's coming in at you, bro. I'm just saying, she's sneaking up quick. Amelia don't play around.
She's not even trying.
One of my favorite things that when I always ask her, like, "Hey, what are you doing?" and she'll tell me what she's doing. I'm like, "Cool. How many times have you done that?" She's like, "This is the first time I've ever done this. I've never done this before." I'm like, "I love that. I love that." And she's like, "I've never done it. F it. I'm gonna do it right now. We're gonna do it for the very first time, and it's gonna be fantastic.
That's a good
And if it's not
quality.
fantastic now, it's gonna be fantastic next time, which is super cool. So it's really awesome to be able to work with so many creative people that joined us for Friday. And last but not least, we had the mad scientist himself, Dennis Cutter, join us with his 27 rum drink out of an Erlenmeyer flask that he was imbibing on Friday night, which was fantastic. It was so good to see Dennis in the feed last Friday, to see his majestic beard. That he has going was just absolutely fantastic, and he's getting like the gray stripes,
Yep.
like he looked like the one of the Gremlins that had the gray stripes, like the white stripes
That's
in him. Yeah,
right.
he
Like
looked
the
so
the head,
good.
the like leader
He was like
dude.
the main guy,
Yeah.
Spike or whatever his name was. He was
Sure.
fantastic, man. So it was so good to see everybody last Friday. We had such a good time. It was a longer show. We played a fewer amount of songs, but to be able to share the birthday with Dina was so awesome. We normally would have been there, and we even the Kitchen Killers sent over a delectable collection of tasty shrimp for Dina to enjoy, along with an incredible birthday cake from the Kitchen Killers team. It was really great that we got to speak with Jen and the great Commodore and Shelly Wheeler to put all of these ideas together to see if we could celebrate Dina's birthday in the best way we could, since we weren't able to actually be there. So we love you, Dina. It was so good to be able to see you and hang out with you on Friday night. We had a great time. We did a little birthday song as well. And then we actually wrapped up the show with a very sexy happy birthday song by Jen Hogan, which was fan freaking tastic. She did it like the Marilyn Monroe to John F. Kennedy. The happy birthday, so good.
It was
Like,
good.
oh man, I could see her singing it. I could hear her singing it. She was fantastic. It was super cool. It was super sexy. It was great, man. It was really great, and we loved it. It was so cool. We had a great Friday night. We had so many people jumping in the feed. We had so many people there to celebrate Dina's birthday, which was just fantastic. And thank you guys. Thank you all for doing that, for sharing some time with us, for coming into the show, for being a guest, for coming on, for taking some time to celebrate Dina's birthday. It was really fantastic. This past Saturday was July 4th. which was freaking crazy. My man, the Commodore, got time and a half. What's up? Holiday pay. Yeah.
10 hours of time and a half.
That's right,
I
man.
picked up that shift.
Yeah, I remember you telling me.
I didn't even know I was gonna get time and a
That's
half.
right. That's
Boom.
holiday pay right there, baby. So it's a to answer your question, Jen, that would be fantastic. 30 seconds of Shriner would be fantastic because today's the day. So what I can do, stand by. We're going to go ahead and take care of this right now. I'm going to do one of these. I'm going to do one of these. I'm going to come here. I'm going to do one of these. I'm going to kick one of this. I'm going to do one of those right there. I'm going to do one of that right there. Bada bing, bada boom. There we go. So Jen, I just went ahead and send you that link. If you want to get that over to JD Shriner and we can bring him in right at the end of the show, which would be fantastic for a little 30 seconds of Shriner. So we had such a good time this past week. Thank you guys. Happy 4th of July to everybody that celebrated 4th of July, which was all of you. I don't think Norrie got to celebrate 4th of July the way that we celebrate 4th of July, but you were in our hearts, sir, in our hearts. And Colin Nunez is in Holland, which also doesn't necessarily celebrate Independence Day because it's the United States of America celebrating their independence as we split from the Redcoats. That's right, because we beat you, Redcoats. We beat you. Deal with it.
And then
Still
we
haven't
lit
let that go.
fireworks.
Yeah, then we blow shit up
Boom.
because it's America. That's right, man. So we had a fantastic Saturday. I hope you guys had a safe and a wonderful 4th of July, spending it with friends and family or doing whatever it was. I got to hang out, play some video games, took it nice and easy, wrote some music, hung out with Luke and Leia, and everybody around the neighborhood lit off all the fireworks. So I got to enjoy their fireworks.
I
This
got
was
to see a few
fantastic.
fireworks
Yeah,
from
I'd
the
imagine you,
front of
I'd
Andretti.
imagine you had a
That was
pretty
all
good
right.
view because big sky around there, and plus it's super busy around where Andretti is. So I'd
Oh yeah,
imagine there were some people blowing some stuff up.
there were some things.
Oh yeah, it was really good, man. So hope you guys had a really safe weekend. Yesterday was another chill day, just nice and easy going, babe. Easy like a Sunday morning. Soon.
Lyn Floyd brings up a great point.
This one here.
Yeah.
Bink.
If you
Oh,
do
thank you
not
very
follow
much.
Billy on Facebook, follow Billy on Facebook.
Ooh.
He's got some interesting things to say. Interesting. That's a wrong word. He's got some phenomenal things to say.
I'll take interesting.
Especially
Interesting's
about
okay.
July 4th. He wrote a few of his thoughts about July 4th.
And it's very rare that I do that. Like I know I normally don't
It's
hit people
usually
with
sparked by
yeah.
something,
Oh yeah.
which is fine.
Yeah.
But there were some great thoughts, and I appreciate you putting that
Thanks,
up there. I
man.
think a
Yeah.
lot of people would appreciate that. So go to Billy's page
Yeah, check it out.
and just check
Mm,
out what he
mm,
wrote about
mm,
Fourth of
mm,
July.
mm.
I think it'd be inspiring.
It was interesting. It was interesting to scroll through social media that day and see what everybody was posting on two completely different spectrum, like the opposite ends of the
And
spectrum was crazy.
you told me some of the negative things that you
Yeah,
saw in there. I was baffled.
man, some of the stuff people were putting up
Baffled.
there about July 4th, it was incredible. And I'm just looking at it going, man, I just want to hug you. Like because you have
Mm,
no clue like how blessed you really are. You
yeah,
really have no
yeah.
idea. So it was very very interesting. It was a little bit heartbreaking July 4th as I'm scrolling through and I'm reading some of these messages. I just felt so, a little bit of heartbreak like that some people felt this way about their country.
Yeah,
And I get that we're growing. I get that we're evolving, but goodness gracious, man,
yeah.
like you said, you got to shift your perspective, baby. You got
Hmm.
to shift your perspective. That's what I'm talking about, Colin Nunez. What's up, Coca-Cola? Where are you at? We had a really good weekend, man. Thank you guys so much for sharing some time with us this past week. We really appreciate it. And again, for being able to share some time with us on this incredible Monday night. Normally, what we do is we go over the last 6 to 7 days of insanity, then we play a song. But tonight, we have an amazing guest, a very, very good friend of the Killaz. This person has been at some of the biggest shows that we have had as KitchenKillaz, not only at conventions, but at good friends' houses. Sometimes she just comes in and takes over the camera because that's the energy that she has. She doesn't
Hmm.
even have to do
Hmm.
anything. She just
Hmm.
walks on the camera, and all of a sudden, she's a very magnetic person, an incredibly creative young lady. She's one of my good friends. She's been a big fan and a big supporter of KitchenKillaz for years, which has been fantastic. She's part of the circle, part of the convention, and I would go ahead and say part of the family. I think part of the family.
Yes, definitely.
So, ladies and gentlemen, without
Ooh.
further ado, let's bring on our very, very good friend, the one, the only Harlequin Arts
Hello,
Cosplay and
everyone.
Crafts. What's up, girl? How are you? You look so comfy. Is that a blanket you have there?
Yes, it is. This is the Yoda blanket I was knitting a while ago at one of your shows, actually.
I remember this. You are an extremely creative person. While you were in the green room, I saw you stitching something else. What were you just stitching? What was this you were working on?
I'm working on making a journal. My thread is tangled, so I'm just going to put that down while I'm on the show. But
Okay. Okay.
So I have to ask, this thing that you are wearing, what is this? Is this a blanket? Is this a
It's a
hoodie? Is
blanket
this
with
a
a hood.
robe? It's a blanket with a hood.
It's a
Is
blanket
this
with a
Yoda?
hood.
Is that what this is?
Yeah,
What is this?
it's Yoda.
How long did it take you to make this?
Probably about a month.
That's it?
Yeah.
Holy Toledo! Have you ever made something of that size before?
No, this is the first blanket.
Of course it was.
I
It only took her a
can.
month. My first blanket, it wouldn't look anything like that. 3 years.
I've been knitting since I was 6. My grandma taught me when I was really little. I just, pick it up on and off, and a lot of what I'll do is I don't have to look at it when I'm knitting. So I'll put on like a TV show or something
And just kind of
and just
go at it.
You don't even look at it when you're knitting?
Autopilot. If you're not looking at it, how do you know when to change the colors or when to stop the crochet? Is it crochet or knit? Which one
knit.
is it?
Crochet has one hook,
Knit.
knitting has 2 needles. I knit.
Okay, good. I don't
Okay.
think you should have needles though. I don't like that. I think that's very dangerous for the people around you to
So-
give you sharp objects. I'm not necessarily. See, there she is. I'm already scared, and she's not even in
So
the same
not
room.
only you're not looking at it and you're using needles.
Yeah.
This seems very unsafe.
I'm not looking, and I'm using needles. Holy Toledo! Yeah, that looks dangerous, Amelia.
Yeah.
So not only did you create this one thing in a month that you had never really made before, but now you're stitching together your first journal as well.
Yeah.
And I would imagine this would fall under the umbrella of crafts because it's
Yeah.
Harlequin Cosplay and Crafts.
Yes.
So you create a lot of stuff, and you have an online shopping store as well. You have a website where people could go and they can buy these things that you create. Is this correct?
Yes, HQuinArts.com. I've got a lot of custom stuff up there. If you saw me posting the photos of the headdresses I'd made a while back, I have a lot of I think all but one of those headdresses is actually for sale up on the site.
Now I saw the other day you were also getting rid of, or you were selling some of your mermaid gear as well. You had a couple of different things that you had up there.
Mhm.
Just making some room, trying to share the wealth. What kind of sparked that?
So there's a couple different brands you can get. I've got tails by 2 brands. I've got Finfolk and I've got Mertailor. With the Finfolk tails, you need to insert a fiberglass monofin into it. Mine was a Finis shooter. The Mertailor monofin is a solid hunk of silicone, and I just think it swims so much smoother that I haven't been using the fiberglass monofin tails for months. And I'm like, look,
So
if
why
I'm
keep
not
them?
going to use these, they shouldn't just be like sitting around in a bin somewhere.
Sure. Yeah. I guarantee somebody can find some value in that. Absolutely, 100%. Wow, that's awesome. Now, now some of that would fall under crafts, but a lot of that would fall under cosplay. How long have you been cosplaying? I think you and I met as cosplayers.
Yes, we're in your
Several different
Constantine, I
times.
think.
That's right. That's
In fact,
right.
it's very rare that I see you out of cosplay. I see you in
I know.
cosplay more than I see you out of cosplay.
That's one of the things about the convention world. It's very, very rare to see because normally the time that you see your convention family is at the convention, and we're always cosplaying.
Yeah.
So it's like it took me. I've
Even
had to do a couple double takes when I see somebody out of cosplay. They're like, "Hey, Billy, what's up?" And I'm like, "Hey, I'm Billy," and they're like, what?" They're like, "We've known each other for years," and I'm like, "I'm
Okay.
sorry, I have no idea who you
Matter
are."
of fact, last year at Dina's birthday, she was there and she was
Yeah.
dressed as Harley Quinn.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. I remember she crashed the kitchen a couple times with Roland, and he came in
Rolando,
dressed
yeah.
as the Joker. Oh man, Rolando, so good, dude. What a fantastic Joker. And I guess we actually hosted the Tampa Bay Comic Con cosplay contest last year, and you and Rolando were the hosts on stage, absolutely killing it, man. Absolutely
Oh, yeah.
fantastic. What a
Rolando, it was
fun
absolutely
experience that
brilliant.
was.
I
Yeah,
would
and there's a couple of different things when it comes to cosplaying. Some people cosplay the character visually, and some people cosplay the character not only visually but really. Like they pour their heart and soul into the personality and the character
They
itself.
become
and yeah, they become and Amelia, not only does she cosplay Harley Quinn, among other things, but not only does she cosplay Harley Quinn, but she embodies Harley Quinn's personality. And when you see Amelia cosplaying Harley Quinn, she doesn't talk like Amelia, she doesn't act like Amelia because she is not
You
Amelia.
gotta you
She
gotta
is
mention the
Harley
laugh.
Quinn. Oh yeah. I bet if we ask her and we're really nice, I bet she might even be able to give us a little example of her Harley Quinn laugh. I'm gonna leave it up to you, Amelia.
Sure thing, so.
Yeah, so good.
Oh, it's
Come on,
fun.
like
Oh
a
man. So good. And like the thing is, it's so terrifying.
Yeah.
It's so scary because if you guys know Harley Quinn's character, she's brilliant. She's Harley Quinzel. She's a doctor, so she's absolutely glorious. She's brilliant. She's beautiful, and I think Amelia kind of encompasses all of those things.
Oh,
Not only
you're
personally, but
so
then when
nice.
she
I'm
jumps
actually a
into
little
that,
worried.
why are you worried? Don't be worried. We're worried. Why are you worried? I mean, I'm kind of worried, but I'm not really worried because you're over there and we're here, and you can't hurt us right now,
Oh, if
especially
you
with
think
those
I need
needles.
to be in the same room as you to be trouble, you are sorely mistaken, my friend.
Oh,
Oh, don't put it past her, Billy.
I'm well aware of that. So to begin, what got you into cosplay? Have you been in theater before?
Yes.
Were you in a performance before? How did that happen?
I've been in theater since I was 7 years old. I did a lot of community theater. I grew up in Montana, so way middle of nowhere. We didn't have a lot of resources because Montana, so a lot of stuff got made. Um, I started out just, here and there in shows. Then when I moved to high school, everyone wanted to be on stage. No one wanted to do the tech side of things.
Of course.
So I can do anything from stage managing, lighting, sound, direct, costume, makeup, you name it, I can probably do it because I was one of the only techies we had.
So cool.
Well, and you're one of those people that I've never done that before. I'm gonna try
I'm
it.
gonna try it. Yeah, absolutely.
Is that how some of those roles played out?
Basically, that's how the costume making plays out too. Like a lot of stuff I make is I don't know if this is gonna work, but we're gonna find out.
Dude, that's very similar to how pretty much this entire show came about.
Yeah.
It's like, we have no idea if this is going to work. Let's hit the button.
True story. True story.
Let's find out if this is going to work out. So, how long was it from when you went to being a cosplayer and creating your own stuff to where you really started to delve into the crafting side, taking commissions and creating crafts and selling those items, or did that happen before you became this incredible cosplayer that you are? Did they happen at the same time? Like, how did that all happen?
I'm honestly not sure which one came first. I'd always kind of sold crafty stuff here and there. It's only been recently that I've taken to doing that online. I really didn't start getting into cosplay until 2015 because after I graduated high school a few years before that, I really had no outlet for theater anymore because we only had one little black box theater and they were already completely staffed. They didn't need more techies or more actors or anything. So I started making costumes for the fun of it because I needed an outlet. And someone told me that's called cosplay. And I started looking at things. And my first convention was Holiday Matsuri 2015. I was down visiting Florida from Montana. And that's actually where I met Rolando. I've known Rolando longer than I've lived in Florida.
Wow. Oh, I didn't know that at all. That's awesome.
Mhm.
Wow, that's pretty incredible. That's a so Jen Hogan had a question. What made you get into cosplay?
The outlet. I need to be creative. I need to be doing something. I don't sit still well. I need to be constantly playing with something, whether it be knitting or drawing something or
Sure.
sewing paper together, something.
Yeah, sewing paper. That's what I do in my free time. I'm like, hey, what are you gonna do today? I'm gonna sew some paper.
Just sew some paper together.
Let's sew some paper together, make a journal. Why not? Well, I think what did they say? The idle hands are the devil's playground or something like that.
Idle hands do the devil's work.
Yeah, idle hands do the devil's work. And I would say she's
Oh,
a
I do that.
troublemaker, so I imagine her and the devil are probably pretty good friends.
You don't want me to make the joke I'm thinking, I promise you.
It's after 9:30. Make the
It's
joke. What do you got?
It is 7:30.
Listen, it's after 9:30 where Norrie is. You know, I mean, he's 5 hours ahead of us.
That's fair.
So you can make the joke for Norrie. Everybody else that's in the Eastern Time Zone or Central Pacific, just cover your ears. And
Cover
then
your-
when 9:30 passes, go back and watch this video, and then it'll happen after 9:30.
Hi, Norrie.
So
Thank you
yeah, yeah,
for Norrie.
for Norrie. There you go. Norrie. Yeah, say your joke for Norrie.
I tried
I'll cover my
wax play.
ears.
I tried wax play for the first time, and because my skin's really sensitive, I've got a burn right here now. And when it happened, the only thing that really crossed my mind was, this is why we don't play with holy water.
Oh my God. From what I understand, when it comes to wax play, it's all about distance. You know, if you're really, really close or if you're a little up high because the wax kind of cools off on its way down.
Not quite. It's the type of wax you get.
Well,
I don't
course, you
remember
gotta get the
what
right
type
wax.
we
I mean,
got, but they were specifically made for wax play. So
sure.
the
Well,
lowest
step one is to make sure you have the proper stuff.
Yeah, the lowest melting point for a candle is 47 degrees Celsius. Ours melted at 50 degrees, and I still have like little. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh my goodness! Great. Oh yeah, we can definitely see it. Stand by. I'm gonna solo that video right there. There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Holy Toledo! Goodness
Wow.
gracious, that looks tender.
No, it's just red at this point. It's a little close to the brow for comfort, so that was not fun for quite some time. But it's just red now.
Yeah, I don't doubt that for a second, especially with such a high melting temp. Like a high melting temp is, I mean, that's definitely going to be
50 degrees Celsius is one of the lowest melting points.
Well, clearly it was hot.
I think I've just got really sensitive skin. I've always burned really easy. I can't go in the sun a lot, or else I get really worn out. Like my boyfriend tried the wax on his inner arm just to make sure like he didn't get faulty candles, and it didn't do anything to him.
Sure.
So.
Gotcha. So you were like, we should be okay.
Yeah, I'll be like, oh, I'll be fine. They're made for this.
I'll just have a mark on me
see
for
that
the rest
eyebrow?
of my life.
Yeah.
I feel like
that mark. Don't worry about it.
I feel like that's the face I kept making last year at the Tampa Bay Comic-Con costume contest when the kids just kept walking past me and ignoring me.
Over and over again. I remember that. I was one of the judges right in the front, and it was crazy to me. And you're like trying to talk to them and trying to interview them and trying to engage with them, and they just kept on walking, and you would just look at the audience like,
I don't think they like me very much. Speaking of that, it would be my
I mean, you were wearing a wedding dress and you were covered in blood. So, I mean, I would go ahead and throw it out there.
I was kidnapped by Jason that convention. Things I shouldn't have to say, but now I do. Do not pick your hosts up and carry them off the stage unless you ask first.
Yeah. Oh, the things you learn.
Hey, they only make rules because someone did it first.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. That's why we have rules, because somebody did that.
Costume to the costume contest prejudging.
No, for sure. And that was one heck of an experience. I had been a cosplay judge before in other conventions, but I had never been a cosplay judge with this size of convention, and I didn't necessarily know the investment of time that it was going to take, starting as early as I think like 9:30 or 10 o'clock. When prejudging started, and then the line went outside and all the way down the entire convention, like just one of the outlet halls, not even onto the convention floor. I think it was probably 3, 4 o'clock before I even got to my own table. So
yeah,
it was
we were back at the table just missing you.
Yeah,
the
it was like
entire
6.
day.
It was like 6 or 7 hours. I mean, it was a long time. It was incredible to see some of the and I still have some pictures on my phone of some of these cosplayers and some of what they came up with.
They're brilliant.
Absolutely outstanding. It was just completely blew my mind. Some of the things
I bet
we
as
saw.
one of the judges, you saw the best cosplays.
Oh,
saw
yeah,
some really phenomenal stuff.
Yeah, and it was really interesting because the judges that I was working with, they kind of come from more of a cosplay realm, and I come from more of a performance realm. So like we had completely individual opinions on how to kind of like do the prejudging and then do the final judging. But it was really interesting because the individual perspectives really added together. So the overall score was based on like completely separate things, which
a
is
lot
really
of different
cool.
criteria.
Yeah, absolutely. Like some were on presentation, and then one of the other judges was on stitching and patterns and how that all went together. And that's really not my knowledge base. I'm on the performance aspect. And that's what I really love
Did you
to see.
embody the character?
Yeah, that's what I really love to see, because some people came up with fantastic cosplays, but they didn't embody the character. They were just like Jim dressed as this character, but they were still Jim. But then,
I mean,
Hi, Luke. Hi, Leia.
wow. Then you'd have some people come
So-
up, and they would the cosplay wasn't necessarily the best cosplay, but they embodied the heart and soul of that character, which was so cool. And they got higher scores from me because like they really put their heart and soul into the character themselves, which to me is a big part of cosplay. It's not just dressing up in a costume; you're actually playing this character. It's costume play is where it's broken up to.
It's in the name, y'all.
Yeah, it's right there. So it was really, really cool to kind of sit on a convention of that size and be able to see some of the quality of cosplays that we saw was just incredible. It was so
There was
so
that
cool.
little kid who was just in like the store-bought Halloween Deadpool suit, but he was the cutest little thing.
Yeah, he was like 3 or
He
4
kept
years
stopping
old, man. He
and
was so awesome.
posing on the stage. I've got a photo of
Yeah, he was like doing. He was,
underneath my wedding dress. Tiny like Deadpool that doesn't come past my waist. It's
yeah, tiny Deadpool, man. He was fantastic, dude. He was so cool. It was so fun to see all these characters, because we had kids that were 3 and 4 years old, and then we had full-grown adults that came out, and with just some of the most extraordinary cosplays and creations that we had ever seen. There was one, I want to say it was from Snow White, and every single thing that she did was hand stitched. Every
and
tiny
it was
itsy
very
bitsy
accurate.
detail. Oh yeah, she was. I mean, it was glorious. Her makeup, her props, the way she carried herself, her posture, her attitude, her personality, everything was just. It was absolutely incredible. I didn't take very many photos of like the winners because I let the winners do their own things. But man, she was fantastic. There was one guy that almost. It was between him and one other guy that they were getting ready to place, and he got beat out by just a couple, just a tiny bit. At the end of the show, I saw the guy who barely lost. And I went up to him. I said, "Man, you were incredible. Like we all loved it. You can only give the prize to one person, but bro, you were so close. Like you were
You were
absolutely
right there.
fantastic."
You were
He
right
looks at
there.
me. He goes, "Clearly, it wasn't good enough. Thanks," and walks away. I was like,
Oh man.
"Okay." I was like, "Well, that was fun." I'm like, "Hey, man, take the loss, bro. Take the L. Be cool
People
about it,
don't know how
and
to
then
do
bust
that.
your ass harder next year."
I had a guy get mad at me because I picked someone else over him one of the times I have judged. It's because he was in it was an expensive Pikachu suit, but it's one that he bought. It was a
Yeah.
good costume, but I picked the costume that was just as good, that was handmade.
Yeah, exactly. And if it's handmade and you put your heart and soul into it,
Yeah.
that's one thing. Anybody can buy something off Amazon,
I would have
or
done the
they can
same thing.
commission it. But when you have somebody that puts their own time and their own stitching and their own blood, sweat, and tears into it, of course that's going to carry more weight. Of course. Like, well, where'd you get yours? Well, I bought this. And it's okay if you buy stuff. Buy stuff. That's fine. Like, you're more than welcome to buy stuff and compete. You can order stuff. You can build stuff. You can commission stuff, whatever you want. That's totally fine. But understand that when you do go up against somebody that makes their own stuff 100%, it's going to carry different weight when it comes to judging.
Oh yeah.
And think about what you're asking. You're asking to be judged. That's the whole idea.
Don't ask for my opinion and then spit on it.
Yeah, like anybody can cosplay, but when you're talking about getting into the competitive realm of cosplay, then yes, you are asking to be judged. And when you're dealing with some of the cosplayers that we deal with that are sitting on the judges panel that have been doing this for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, you're talking about some people that they understand exactly what it takes. They want to see the back of the hems. They want to see the stitching. They have specific questions. What glue did you use? How did you do this? How did you paint this? How did you seal this? How did you cut this? Where did you get this from? Walk me through how you made this staff or this sword. How did you make this sheath? Did you make those boots? And they want those. And I mean, you're talking about some high quality cosplayers, and especially when you're a place like Tampa Bay Comic Con, MegaCon, Dragon Con, San Diego Comic Con, you're talking about some of the best in the world. So yeah, you're going up against some of the best in the world. And it's so cool to be able to work with people like Amelia and Rolando, just absolutely incredible people that bring so much love and passion and skill and history to this. It's not just a bunch of people getting together trying to judge on who they think's the coolest. Like they really delve into the detail of cosplay.
Once we have conventions happening again, I know what I want for my birthday. Jay, is there a way that we can get you on stage dressed as Victor Zsasz?
Probably not. No.
Do you know who Victor Zsasz is?
Is there a guy in a red shirt playing guitar? Because I can do that.
Character. He's a villain from DC Comics. He's been featured in the TV show Gotham.
Victor Zsasz, got him right here. And here we go. Here we go. We're gonna look at some. We're gonna look at some images and see what we got here. Victor Zsasz. Oh, there he is. This guy right here.
That's not bad.
This guy. Look, that guy looks. He looks diabolical.
Yeah.
He is.
Diabolical.
He's got a Bruce.
Yeah. He looks like he's got some problems. Oh, there we go. Bada bing. I see why she wanted you to cosplay Victor Zsasz. I get that now.
Oh yeah.
I get that. That makes he looks badass. Oh snap!
Oh.
Dual wielding. Oh yeah,
Yep.
baby.
Yep.
That actually doesn't look that bad. So we did have a question from Jen Hogan. She said, "How much does it take to make a cosplay?"
That's kind of a loaded question because there's so many different factors. Like my Harley suit is probably about $70 in materials because I'm very particular about the type of things I get. I want the shiny suits. I want very specific fabrics. But then it probably takes me about 3 days of almost straight work to put that suit together and fit it correctly.
Sure. And that's time. Lots of time.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of time. The right materials.
However, if you were to buy that suit ready-made with all the fitting that I do, it would probably cost you $500 or $600.
So if you were to take a personal fitted commission for something like your Harley Quinn suit, something like that of that quality and that time investment, you're looking at about $500 to $600 investment for a fitted, personalized, custom Harley Quinn suit.
Yes, because the pattern has to be redone for each person. There's not just one cut and sew pattern. Even someone with my same body type is going to have slightly different measurements, so you have to make a completely new pattern.
Yeah, absolutely. Because the way that the lines run and the stitching runs and the shadows run, like everything's different. Because everybody, even if somebody was your same height and your same weight, it's still going to be a little bit different because their body's slightly different. And the way that
the divide is technically right under the bust for Harley. I'm smaller busted, so I put it down just a little bit to
the
add.
wax mark is. Gotcha.
Just a little bit. If someone's, bustier, you still want to move that down even more because you need more fabric in the chest area, or else you're going to end up with the divide right here.
Sure. And it's not going to sit right. It's not going to fit right. It's not going to wrap right. And it's not going to look right.
Yeah.
At the same time, there's different materials you can use. There's off-brand thermoplastics. There's EVA foam, which is going to be much cheaper than like Warbla or I cannot remember the other brand name for thermoplastic right now.
I bet it makes a difference on how comfortable you want it to be.
Oh yeah, no, there's some costumes like. Do you remember the Ravager that I did this last time?
Yeah, of course, absolutely.
I wanted nothing more than to throw that thing across the room at the end of the day.
Oh, yeah.
Like Harley, I can wear for 12 hours, and I have, and it's fine.
Gotcha.
But Catwoman is very comfortable. Zool is very, very comfortable. The Lorraine that I did, our first charity event for the air guitar people together. That one was okay. The actual costume was fine, but the shapewear under it was like digging into my side, and I had a raw mark on my rib cage by the end of that night.
That's a tough one, man. That especially when you're talking about wearing it for such a long time. This is so here's a couple shots right here that we're that we're looking at. This is her Zool. So cool, man. This is fantastic. And I mean, and Amelia's got some really great stuff. These are a lot of and some of these that we're looking at are things that she has created. She's made some of this incredible stuff. She got bored.
I got bored.
Here's another duo. The amazing Amelia rocking and rolling, looking so amazing and incredible. And here's her as her.
Blue? Oh, that's Gwen. Okay, I've got a story behind this photo. So, I was getting my photo taken with a Batman, and we had Harley handcuffed. My hands are above my head. I'm sitting on the ground. He says, "Thank you." He's walking away. I haven't even had time to take the handcuffs off, much less stand up when I hear Harley Quinn, and then this child just drops herself in my lap. I've got no idea where she came from or where her parents are. Her mom comes running up behind her. This girl's name is Gwen. She's so excited. That was 3-4 years ago now, something like that. And every year since then, Gwen has tracked me down to get a photo.
Oh
Man, that is awesome. And there's some great shots in here. This is I remember this one.
Oh, that's
That
you
was
and
good
me.
times. Little Harley Quinn and little John Constantine right there, just rocking
show
and
the one
rolling.
with the Rolando there.
This one here. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
this is Rolando. Rolando and Harley. Just absolutely fantastic,
You
man.
go back one.
So we were really fortunate. Rolando and Harley crashed our kitchen one night in the middle of a show. They just kick in the door. They come in. They jump on camera. They take over the feed.
I
And
remember.
when you get the Joker and Harley Quinn come over to take over the feed, you just let them. You just let them take over the feed.
I was a bit scared.
You don't fight. You don't go against it. You don't stand against it. You don't ask any questions. Here's another one right here of Rolando and Harley, just absolutely killing it, man. And you could see Amelia, like she embodies the entire character. Like she's not just wearing what she needs to wear to look like Harley Quinn.
Oh
Like,
no.
and Rolando's the exact same way. Like when they're and his voice, his Joker voice is fantastic. It really is second to none. And there's some dangerous ones in here, Amelia. I can't scroll too far just because it gets kind of crazy.
Who else?
It gets kind of crazy.
Who do you think you're talking to? Come on.
But it was a it's 9:30 somewhere. So it was a it's one of those things where when you guys are wondering what
Alfred Pennyworth says that if we can get GW dressed as the Joker, we have to get Commodore dressed up as Victor.
I see it right there.
So
Oh yeah, I'm just saying if we had we had Amelia as Harley Quinn, we had GW dressed as the Joker, we had the Commodore dressed as Victor Zsasz. Man, that'd be great. We're rocking some Gotham now, baby.
GW only happened because we raised enough money at CyberCon that we reached our goal, and he agreed that if we reached our $2,000 goal or beyond, he would let me paint him up like the Joker. So I'm thinking for the convention I'm putting together, HarlequinCon, maybe if we reach a certain number in donations, I get to paint Jay.
Oh, that's not bad. So you said HarlequinCon. Chat with us a little bit about HarlequinCon. What is HarlequinCon? How is this working?
So a while ago, I got some emails from the people who work with Tampa Bay Comic Con. They also run Atlanta Comic Con up in Atlanta. It's the same company. I host the costume contests for both of those conventions. And they're like, due to COVID-19, we're canceling. So sorry, guys. But, not dying is a good thing. And I realized I have nothing to do this summer now. All my shows are canceled. I can't. Oh, yes. Billy, if we can get Commodore to do Gotham's Victor Zsasz, you need to do Gotham's Jim Gordon.
I'll rock Jim Gordon. That was actually something that Dennis Cutter and Tara had asked me if I would be interested in doing. So I started building it. I got the badge. I got the firearms. I started to look into this type of suit that he wore, how he put everything together, and then everything just got put on pause. But I would be totally down to cosplay Gordon from Gotham if you were gonna rock. That'd be awesome, man. GW is the Joker. The Great Commodore is Victor Zsasz. Man, that'd be awesome. I'll rock some Gotham. You know me. I'm 100% down for that one. That'd be great.
Fantastic.
It sounds like this is coming together.
So HarlequinCon.
I decided that I need something to do, as we've already covered. I can't just sit still. I will go insane. And look at how close I already am. So,
she cosplays Harley Quinn for a reason, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, we've got a bullock already. Oh, I'm in for this.
Oh boy.
HarlequinCon, stay focused.
HarlequinCon. I can't. Welcome to the world of ADHD. So I decided, screw it.
We're here to help.
CyberCon. I've put together theater productions in 6 months. I don't even need a physical venue for this, so I can put together a con in 6 weeks. I can do it. So HarlequinArts is going to be held on Facebook Live on August 15th. We are featuring guests such as Father Sebastian from the founder of the Endless Night Vampire Balls. We have Patty Negri, who is a celebrity psychic medium out in California. We're trying to get the boys here to play a show, even though it's a Saturday.
I'll have to talk to the Commodore and see if he would be down. I don't know. Do we play music on Saturdays?
Jay, I'll bake cookies
We'll have to
if you
think
play
about it.
music on a Saturday.
We'll have to talk to the team.
Bake
No, man,
home
that sounds like fun, man. I'm down to rock and roll, man. We play all the days.
And
It
then
doesn't
as
have to be a Friday, and it doesn't have to be a kitchen.
fantastic, because it's going to be online. As of today, we announced our first actor as a guest. We have Aaron Roberts, who's been a voice actor in things like My Hero Academia.
Oh wow, that's big.
So
big, Amelia Poole.
Oh, so we've got a couple others that we're looking at, however, and yes, Alfred, we're actually going to have a virtual vendors room. I can send you the information on that if you'd like. I will post on my HarlequinArts Cosplay and Crafts page, I will post the PDF letter that I'm sending out to anyone who's contacted me so far about being a vendor. All I ask is that you either A, pay the $5 vendor fee, or B, participate in a panel, one or the other.
$5.
$5.
$5 vendor fee. Are you kidding me? That's fantastic.
And
that's fantastic.
The vendor fee goes to trying to help cover our technical costs. I do have someone who is running the technical side for us, and he is using his professional grade Zoom licenses. So I would like to be able to compensate him for that and try to help cover his monthly cost of those Zoom licenses.
Sure. No, that makes sense 100%, man. Like, even though a lot of this stuff is happening online, it's still costing somebody something. You know, like when you talk about CyberCon, and although that was a free convention, the people that put it together invested hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours and man hours and woman hours and time and sharing. So much time went into that to be able to make that all happen. And I think the idea behind that was the fact that it takes a huge team to put something like that on. So even though the convention is free to attend and it's free to go and it's free to enjoy, there's still some operation costs that happen behind the scenes, whether it's Zoom licenses, StreamYard licenses, whether it's OBS licenses, whether it's whatever. There's always going to be somebody that's incurring that cost to make sure that everything is working properly, not to mention the internet connection that people are paying for that are specifically hosting it. So $5 ain't bad, Amelia. That's fantastic just to be involved. $5 is incredible. And what were you saying earlier? You were trying to reach a certain donation amount. So what is the donation amount you're trying to reach?
We haven't set a number yet, as we are still almost a month out.
Okay.
However, we could talk to Commodore over here and see what he'd be willing to, what number we'd have to reach for him to be willing to let me dress him up like Victor's ass.
That'd be so awesome. Well, we can chat about that. We can chat about that after the show. We'll definitely get into the details. And before we go, Amelia, I wanted to chat with you about a YouTube channel that you have just recently launched. Would you mind talking about that for a little bit?
It is the Haunted Harlequin. The logo was designed by the fantastic J. Bauer Arts. He's designed both that logo. He designed the logo that you see on my regular HarlequinArts page. And he designed the Harlequin logo as well. He is my go-to logo guy because he's so easy to work with. I adore him. But it's a paranormal YouTube channel that delves more into the history of the hauntings, because you get basically, I think there's people outside my, what am I hearing? I think my neighbors are like actually outside for once. With a lot of these paranormal shows and paranormal channels, you get a lot of people with cameras screaming at the dark. And you don't really get into. We brush over the why this might be haunted, but it's not always touched on to great lengths.
Gotcha.
I recently did a video on the Cuban Club in Tampa, which is on the Travel Channel's top 10 haunted places in America list. That was featured in Mark Muncie's book, Freaky Florida. So I'll be working with Mark Muncie and the Erie, Florida team quite a bit. We've also done videos with Bishop Brian Willett, who is an exorcist with the Order of Exorcists in Atlanta. So there's an exorcism Q&A up there. We've got a debunking the myths of Satanism video with Richard Lyle Lillard out in California. We've got a lot of stuff, and I'm hoping to do more. I'm hoping to get another video up this week.
That is awesome. So you're involved in so much, Amelia. It's very inspiring.
I need to be busy.
Thank you so much. With everything going on, with as busy as you are and as creative as you are, and all the different projects that you're able to break into, thank you for sharing some time with us tonight and kind of chatting with the community and delving a little bit in, because people have seen you as part of our show so many times, part of conventions so many times, but it's really good to give people the opportunity to kind of learn about you and where you come from and your passion and where that emanates from, because I think a lot of people are kind of searching for the same thing, something to really invest their time in and to invest their creative energy into. And not only do you find yourself cosplaying, but you also find yourself crafting, creating things, being part of back of house, front of house, being part of the production aspect, creating your own YouTube channels, creating your own convention, creating blankets and making journals, which is incredible, because you seem to be, and you are such a talented individual, and I love the fact that you're able to not only share what you do with everybody, but you inspire so many different people, whether you know it or not. It most certainly happens, and there's a lot of people that I can almost guarantee look at what you're doing and they look up to you, and you are a role model. You are inspiring to a lot of people. So thank you so much
She's
for
inspiring me to try
yeah.
something new.
Yes, thank you so much for coming on the show tonight and sharing
Of
some time
course.
with us. One of the big things that we talk about is the fact that we do what we love to inspire other people to do what they love. And not everybody that we interview on the show has to be a food creator or a musician. As long as they're passionate about what they're doing and they're inspiring other people to do what they love, I think they fit perfectly on the show. And you absolutely fall into every single one of those categories. You check all the boxes
Oh,
for the
yeah.
kind of people that we love to interact with and that we love to share time with. So thank you so much, Amelia, for sharing some time with us tonight. Thank you for coming on the show and kind of introducing yourself. It's so cool.
And
Go ahead.
just remember, everyone watching, even if you don't think you can do something, how are you even going to start learning if you don't start that first time?
Yeah,
Just
for sure.
do
Like
the thing.
pull the
There's
trigger.
a wonderful thing called YouTube. Look up a video for a place to get started, and then just try.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. And then you too can create your own awesome Yoda blanket right there.
I
So
actually
cute.
Hooded.
Shelly
Hooded blanket.
PDF.
I love it.
A hooded Yoda blanket.
Shelly Wheeler has the pattern now, so Shelly's probably going to be making a Yoda blanket.
Cute. Awesome. Well, Amelia, if you wouldn't mind hanging out in the green room until we wrap the show, I'd love to talk to you after this. We can chat about some HarlequinCon, any other clarifying information that you need, anything like that. And again, thank you so much for joining us. We really, really appreciate all the time you spent with us. We know you're super busy, so we definitely appreciate it. And ladies and gentlemen, put your digital hands together for our good friend Amelia Poole, also known as HarlequinArts Cosplay and Crafts. Awesome. Thank you so much, Amelia. We'll
Thank you,
talk to you soon,
Amelia.
okay, sweetheart?
I'll be here.
Oh yeah, she's gonna be creating something else. As soon as we're
Yeah.
done, she's gonna like build a car or something like that.
Try to untangle my thread.
Uh-oh.
Thank you guys for joining us tonight. We definitely appreciate it. So this is what we've got for you. We are going to rock one song, and then we have another special guest that is going to be coming on in just a few minutes to share some words of wisdom, if you will. He was a fantastic guest for us just a couple of weeks ago. He inspired us to create another fully complete segment, all full of inspiration and guidance. He's an absolute fantastic individual, one of my favorite people in a very, very long time, and I'm excited to bring him on right after this. So we are going to rock one song for you guys, and then we are going to reintroduce those of you that do not know him and introduce you once again to the one and only JD Shriner. So give us just a couple minutes. Let's rock a song. We're going to bring JD on, and he is going to share some pearls of wisdom as we call this next segment after this song, 30 Seconds of Shriner. Ladies and gentlemen, here's a KitchenKillaz original. I hope you guys dig it and you're having a fan-freaking-tastic night. Thank you for sharing some time with us. And this one is called
The World Outside.
The World Outside. Here we go. Riddles that they left for you are here within the truth and lies. Salvation for the one above, the light, the truth, one true love. Then round and round we go again. Same mistakes we're living in. The lift I made rides the way. Up and down remains the same. For days, like rods and ink we can't erase. The past we have denotes the fate. How our life decides its days. Then round and round we go again. Same mistakes we're living in. The lift I made when rides the way. Up and down remain the same. So walk on, walk on. But the world outside your clouded mind, be the guide to all you want. Walk on, walk on. To beat the path neath weathered feet, keep taking steps that lead you to the peace. You, oh, 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 oh. Walk on, walk on. Let the world outside your clouded mind be the guide to all you want. Walk on, walk on. To beat the path neath weathered feet, keep taking steps that lead you to walk on, walk on. Let the world outside your clouded mind be the guide to all you want. Walk on, walk on. To beat the path neath weathered feet, keep taking steps that lead you to the peace you seek. Oh yeah, baby! Thank you guys for joining us tonight, man. That was a little the world outside for you. So I hope you guys are digging it, man. You're having a really good night, and thank you so much for spending some time with us. Dana Ricker, good to see you,
Thanks,
my dude. I think Shelly Wheeler said Mama Floyd dubbed it "Food for Thought." Is this the 30 seconds of Shriner segment that we were talking about having instead of 30 seconds of Shriner?
That fits.
Food for thought.
That fits.
I think food for thought fits the theme of KitchenKillaz. I think that works out. You know, that's not bad. That's not bad, Mama Floyd. That's what I'm talking about. What do you think about that? You think that's okay?
Apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
That's what I'm talking about. A little food for thought, baby. Well, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's go ahead and bring him in here. Our man, yo man, my man, JD Shriner.
Oh.
Let's see, JD. Let's see if you can unmute your microphone, my dude, because we're not
That's
getting any
Amelia.
audio, but I want to make sure. No, here we go. Can't unmute. I'm trying to unmute this guy right here. Oh, there we go. There we go. Stand by. Stand by. Let me do this. Let me do that. Let me do this. Let me do that. And there we go. JD, are you there? Are you there, JD? We need some audio. I can't hear JD. JD, can we hear you? Stand by. Yeah. Oh, there we go. There we go. He said he muted himself. He's like, no, I'm not giving you any food for thought. No food for thought for you.
Do we have audio?
I'm trying to see if we have audio from the great JD Shriner. I mean, he looks fantastic.
It keeps going off.
He looks incredible. Yeah, like the little microphone keeps going off. I keep unmuting it. Let's see. Can't unmute your guest. Their mic isn't connected. JD, you got us on the edge of our seats. You got me on the edge of my pants. On the edge of my pants, Jim. Oh, he looks fantastic. Look at those glasses.
Oh,
Look at those glasses. JD, where are you? JD.
JD, we still can't hear
We
you.
can't hear you, JD. Can you guys hear JD? Maybe they can hear him and we can't hear him. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he sounds fantastic, but we just can't hear him. No, Amelia says no. We can't hear Amelia. She's giving us the old head shake. She's giving us the old head shake right there. Well, at least while JD's figuring out the microphone, we can watch Amelia be super cute and knit her journal. That's
This
not
is
bad.
not getting this.
That's
Is
not bad. JD's gonna pop back out and pop back in. But man, while we're doing that, I do like food for thought. What do you guys think about that?
That is actually
thought.
brilliant. It's a little very very on brand for you guys.
Yeah, on brand,
I like
on
it.
brand. A little food
I
for
like it.
thought. I like that. I like that, man. And JD's such a fantastic guest, man. We've had a really great experience with JD. He's just super motivational, incredible creative, an artist in its own right, a musician as well, just absolutely incredible. And just rocking some Hungry Dog, man, because I'll never forget that. That was such a great song, such a great song. We're hoping to get JD back here in just a moment. If not, what we'll do is we'll have him record his food for thought, and we'll get it up on the website because he is an absolutely inspirational individual, an incredible young man, which is so cool. It was so great to have him join us in the feed just 2 weeks ago. It was really great. I had been a fan of his art and been a fan of his music, but man, I just didn't realize the kind of person we were really dealing with because
Yeah.
you never really know until you give people the microphone. But he was just
And
so
it's
inspirational.
exciting to meet people that are on your same wavelength,
Yeah,
that
for
have the
sure.
same ideas and the same outlook, and we want to share with everyone.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You know,
Super excited.
yeah, he really brought some great comments, some great perspectives, super motivational, lots and lots of inspiration, which was fantastic. Kind of like Amelia, she brings a lot of inspiration to people. You know, like just look, oh, look at that cute little smile. Get out of here. I can't even do this anymore. Get out of here.
Well,
so thank you guys for joining us tonight, man. We definitely appreciate it. We're gonna see if we can grab JD Schreiner in a little bit and see if we can have him record his food for thought, which we're gonna go ahead and get up on the KitchenKillaz site. We hope to have JD back in just
We'll
a
do
couple
that.
weeks. Maybe we can bring him in on Wednesday if everything is up and running. Technical difficulties, it happens, man. It happens. We're slaves to technology, baby. That's the way it works.
It's not like we've never dealt with that before.
That is also very true.
But we get through it. We get through it. We're gonna bring those
We do
thoughts
get through it.
to you.
We do get
I'm
through it.
excited. I've been waiting 2 weeks to hear this food for thought. Oh, I really like that name.
Yeah,
Great
it's
job,
it's good.
Mama Floyd.
Good job,
Great
Mama
job.
Floyd. I dig it, man.
But I'm super excited to hear JD's thoughts, and so I guess we'll have him record that, and we'll debut it at a later date.
Yeah, man. I mean, he really does bring some super cool stuff just to the idea of creation and the idea of inspiration and
Mhm.
expression. You
Mhm.
know, and he's such an interesting individual. We're really excited, and hopefully we'll be able to get JD back on soon. Again, we're going to see if we can have him record his 30 seconds, his food for thought, and get it up on the KitchenKillaz website. But thank you guys for joining us tonight, man. We definitely appreciate everything that you have done. Be sure to check out tomorrow at 12 o'clock. We got a poll going up with 5 songs on it, baby. You vote on them, and Wednesday night, we will rock those tunes. So we're really looking forward to it. But with that said, anything else for him, Commodore? Any final words, final thoughts, final things, if you will?
No.
No?
I've been toying around with this cosplay idea, because the first cosplay idea we had was quite in depth, and
Oh,
quite
yeah.
there was a lot to that. But
Oh,
this
yeah.
one seems
Talking about
feasible.
Megamind?
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say it, but
Oh, I'm
yes,
gonna say it.
Megamind.
I don't want people to forget because it's gonna be fantastic.
This one seems a little bit more feasible, and I saw a picture of him without his shirt on, so that could be exciting.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. And a huge shout out to all of our sponsors: Wayne Dench Incorporated, EMS Mobile Detailing. Thank you so much. Cassador Studios, our good friend Zach Cabral and Dr. Alyssa Rose. Turner Torres Cafe and Pizzeria, our good man Denny, making it happen, baby. And a little Lakeland Barbecue, my man Joel Van from Polk County, making sure everything is sticky and sweet and delicious. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, LinkedIn. You can always email us at kitchenkillaz@gmail.com. And if you want to be a Patreon patron, the best way to help us move forward and build this incredible show that we get to be a part of with this amazing community, most certainly head over to patreon.com/KitchenKillaz, and you can sign up for as little as $5 a month. We got some really good tiers up there. We actually have a raffle coming up that we're going to do on Wednesday. So on Wednesday, we have a KitchenKillaz raffle coming up that if you are part of the Patreon tier, you will have your name drawn out for a big, awesome KitchenKillaz collection raffle bag. So we got some awesome swag bags getting ready to go out, man. We're super, super excited. We're going to do that drawing on Wednesday, and we will reveal who is going to be the KK swag bag winner of this month, which we're now in July, baby. That's right. This month is moving and grooving.
And because we are having to postpone our 30 seconds of China, our food for thought,
Sure,
as it were, I looked up a nice little quote that I read the other day.
Here's a quote.
And I put it on my page. I forget which page I put it on, but here it goes. You guys ready? Strength is not born from strength. Strength can only be born from weakness. So be glad of your weaknesses now. They are the beginnings of your strengths. Dr. Claire Weeks.
Appreciate the weaknesses, baby. That's it. That's it. You can't get stronger if you're already strong, man.
Evening.
I love it.
Thanks for wrapping it up with us.
Well, this is what we're going to do, man. We're going to wrap it up. And Kyle Nunez called it, baby. We're going to do a little TPJ from our good friend Thomas Carter, Rochester, rock and roll. I keep playing it because I want people to hear it, because I want them to support his first album. He's an incredibly creative young man, absolutely amazing. Incredible when it comes to lyrics, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is called Toilet Paper Jesus. I hope you guys dig it. You have a fantastic Monday night. Thank you guys for spending some time with us. I'm Billy Floyd, and that is
Commodore,
and we are the KitchenKillaz, ladies and gentlemen. Little TPJ.
Walking down the street, chickens blowing kisses. Never thought I'd end up 28 without a missus. Yet here we are, yeah, it's totally a thing. Making this movie about my life in quarantine. Started out hype, living life as a pirate. Then it got eclectic as time began to riot. Filmed my shots, what a terrible idea. Had a party over Zoom and got diarrhea. Ran out of toilet paper, life felt like forfeit. Turn on the news, an invasion of hornets. That's when it really truly started to unravel. I truly wish I could go motherfracking travel like Toilet Paper Jesus. Toilet Paper Jesus. Toilet Paper Jesus. Toilet Paper Jesus. I wanna be a vagabond, maybe I'm a Cylon. I should have killed them hornets with a motherfracking mask on. Covered in ketchup, man, I think I messed up. Need a therapist that will help me feel my love and cover. No, not with beer, they really need to steer this conversation with myself a light year away from beer. That need to poop and Caesar. Sorry, socks, it don't please us. Holy fracking crap, is that toilet paper Jesus? Toilet paper Jesus. 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 Toilet paper Jesus.